Campaign Africa commemorates the 60th anniversary of the formation of the Organization of African Unity.
I see colors. There's a rainbow up in the sky, shining bright. Come and see the selifikile, la lizwe la lilingiwe, ke pali pinde lihlukaniswe, ngeke liphinde sanceda. You see we busy building our sun nation, lapha futhi full of wonder, a spectrum of light.
Africa Global Radio.
Hey, I'm back. This is the third episode of the Black Our Story podcast, and I'm here at Africa Global Radio. Our story, our growth, our future. I'm so excited to be here today because I have a guest that is phenomenal, and I like phenomenal people that have phenomenal stories. And so we're going to get right into it because that CV is so large, I don't want to miss a thing. You won't want to miss anything either. Yes, so here he is, Marvin Walker. He's the founder and chairman of Runn Free Technology. Yes, we want to run free in Africa. That's why we coming back home to run free. So, Marvin, tell us a little bit about Runn Free. Tell us about all the aspects of that wonderful diamond. Yes, he is a diamond, and he is not rough. All kind of facets up in here. And yes, tell us about Runn Free and tell us about all those things that you have been noted for.
Oh, well, first of all, thank you, Mama Lou, for having me here. All right. Thank the family of Africa Global Radio. So Runn Free Technology is a mobile application development company. Okay. And we specifically focus in transportation and logistics. So currently on the continent, I'm deploying daycare, health, and transport. And it's a mobile application just like Uber, but specifically focused on healthcare, where we help individuals connect with healthcare workers to transport them to and from medical appointments, because here in Ghana, when I came to the country, only had 16 ambulances.
Yeah, that was not
for
good.
35 million people. Right now, they got about 321. So our app helps medical facilities and individuals connect with transport to and from their medical appointments, right? Also, they can connect with
things keep running.
Yeah, we connected. So when COVID happened, it really gave our business a boost when it was struggling, and more so from the U.S. while I was living here. And I never thought about that. Hey, I'll be in a continent providing services in the U.S. And that's what really gave me the resources I needed to do what I'm doing now, which is developing property in Ada for the diaspora to transition in a sustainable way. All right. So I came here focusing on healthcare and ended up becoming a real estate developer, you know?
This is kind of like the switch up. You made the adjustment.
Yeah, well, you got to adjust when you're on a continent.
You got to adjust.
Yeah, things move different
all
here.
the eggs in one basket.
That's right.
Hey, if you even have 10 baskets, 9 baskets can drop.
Oh, yeah. They say, hey, 9 out of 10 businesses fail, so I started 10. You know? But so that's what Runn Free Technology does. And, you know, we deploy it in the U.S. and medical doctors and nurses, they license our technology so that they could deploy healthcare workers there in the U.S., but it also does here. So our platform, hopefully in the next 5 years, will be global in at least, 16 of the 54 African countries is my personal goal, while operating in the U.S. and Canada.
Very good. Very good. I like that because, we need to flow better with our healthcare system because access is so important. And we need to get people to their proper clinic, their proper hospital, their proper doctor. We need to get people to the places where they can get good medical health care.
And more importantly, since COVID, a lot of individuals don't want to go to the medical facilities, right? So if it's not an emergency, our platform allows people to be treated at home, right?
You can take my blood pressure in the house.
Oh, yeah.
You can do all that. In fact, last year, I was so sick. Oh, honey, I asked God to take me home. I was so sick.
No, we needed you. We didn't want you to go. That's why I said Selena, one of our best nurses, and she hooked you up. She mentioned you too.
I mean, it was amazing because they took me to the chiropractor. They took me to the hospital.
But
but it was lovely because I love the fact that I could be in it wasn't an Uber. The person cared for me, you know?
Yeah, and that's why we work with healthcare workers.
We like that.
And in Ghana, I don't know if you know, there's over 40,000 unemployed healthcare workers, nurses, physicians, assistants. Yeah, so we are able to put them to work and get them from sitting at home. And now patients in their community could connect with them by using our mobile app.
Excellent. Yes, we've been talking to Marvin Walker, founder and chairman of Runn Free Technologies. And of course, this is the Black Our Story podcast. I'm Sherry Thompson. And if you like what you hear, you can power this podcast for Africa Global Radio. This is who we are. We don't have to have anybody tell our story. We tell it ourselves. Own your own. Own your own. We're here and we're here to stay. Peace.
I'm black, I'm African. What responsibilities do I hold?
This is an Africa Global Radio production.
Being African to me means having a sense of pride in who we are. You know, they say that you can't know where you're going unless you know who you are and where you're from. And I was born in Guyana, South America. And when I visited Ghana, one of the first things that I recognized was that so much of the culture was similar to the culture in Guyana. And I'm thinking that that's Guyanese culture, but you know, we all come from Africa. So I realized like these are, you know, foods and behaviors and, you know, different things that we do as a people that we brought from the continent. Of course, not me or my mother, but our ancestors that came through the Atlantic slave trade that were dropped off in Guyana. We carried on those traditions. We carried on the culture. We carried on the liking of the foods that, you know, we ate on the continent. So I think that that pride of knowing now, oh, wow, you know, this is where this comes from. It gives us a sense of who we are and we know where we're going because you know where you're from, right?
There's a rainbow up in the sky. There's a rainbow up in the sky.
My responsibility, I feel, to Africa is to take advantage of the knowledge that I've learned while living in America and bring it back and share that and have a skill transfer with the local people so that not only we could learn what they know, but also we could share what we've learned and how to build a thriving civilization and deploy that across the continent so that we could further develop Africa into the motherland and the powerhouse that it can be, because everything else is here. The natural resources are here. Now we just need the knowledge of how we could utilize what we know to improve the continent of Africa. And I feel like that is not only my responsibility, but all Black people who derive from the continent of Africa.
There's a rainbow up in the sky. There's a rainbow up in the sky.
The fact that only 11 out of 54 countries in Africa celebrate the 25th of May as a public holiday, I think is great acknowledgement that 11 of the countries do that. But I think we need to work to getting where it's recognized by all 54 countries, because it goes back to my first answer, right? That sense of pride. Jewish people, you know, Irish people, everybody celebrate and they hold dear their culture and, you know, their heritage. And I think that we need to do the same continent-wide in all 54 countries. But the fact that we have 11 that are recognizing is great, but we need to keep working until we have all 54 recognizing and acknowledging May 25th as Africa Day so that we all can have that sense of pride. Our children can have that sense of pride because they're raised knowing that this day we celebrate who we are and our gifts and our talents and our uniqueness to the world and what we could contribute. So I think that we're going to get there.
Campaign Africa, channeling wealth to good use.